So how does the California Ocean drive? This vehicle's got a 2-liter inline-4 diesel turbo engine. So it's got 200 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. This is not the type of vehicle that you are going to drive very fast like a sports car. So usually you are driving it slowly, casually. So basically the horsepower doesn't really matter that much. The torque actually matters more. This vehicle is very heavy because it's quite large and it's equipped with all these equipment inside. So you do need that amount of torque to push this vehicle along. The driving position is very high up actually. I was surprised when I first got into the car and started driving it. It feels like even taller than my Ranger Raptor, strange enough. I think it's because the seats are really tall. It's almost like a sofa feel. The tall feeling also comes from the height of the vehicle inside. Inside there's a lot of space, feels really airy, and also the amount of glass is so huge that makes you feel that you are taller than other vehicles outside. So this particular California Ocean is not optioned with the chassis control. So there are no driving modes. Basically, you just get in and drive, so that's super easy. So there's basically just one standard setting for the suspension. That said, because this vehicle is based on the Volkswagen Multi-van architecture, it's not as refined as, for example, a luxury SUV or like a normal sedan. It will still feel quite a bit of vibration through the suspension. The stock suspension is definitely on the firm side. I think this is due to two reasons. One is because the vehicle is really heavy, so you definitely need firmer springs to hold its weight. Secondly is because the center of gravity is quite high, so you would need firmer suspension to support the vehicle mass when turning into corners. But because of the size of the vehicle and the height of the vehicle, the center of gravity is very high. So even with the firmer suspension, when you are going to corners, you still feel quite a lot of body roll. So this is a type of vehicle that you really have to be really gentle, gentle with the throttle, gentle with the steering, to make sure the vehicle stays a bit more stable and the passengers inside would feel more comfortable that way. The 7-speed DSG gearbox is a really nice gearbox actually. It's tried and tested. It's the bread and butter for Volkswagen vehicles. It's very smart, it's really smooth, and if you put your foot down on the accelerator pedal, it actually downshifts quite eagerly to give it a bit more power at the right rev range. So the California Ocean is actually based on the Volkswagen van architecture. The size of it is like a normal van actually. It's about 2 meters high, about 2 meters wide, and it's about 5 meters long. So basically, if you're going into a covered car park, anything above 2 meters or 2.1 meters, this car is actually okay to go in. And for like an open car park, it fits into most of the normal car spaces. So that's really good actually. That's one of the reasons why I bought this vehicle, because I do want to use this vehicle as a daily, doing errands, pick up kids, doing groceries, all that sort of stuff. So this car is totally okay with that, with its size, so that's really good. It's about the same size as a normal truck or a ute, so that is perfectly fine in terms of its size to use this daily. So we have just finished a road trip, a one-day road trip in the North Island of New Zealand. We went to the Blue Springs and Waitomo Caves from Auckland. So as a conclusion of our very first road trip in this vehicle, I feel that it's a very convenient vehicle for trips. Short or long, it's just very convenient because it's got all the equipment. We can basically wash fruits, wash your hands in the car, and there's a fridge. We can store like cold drinks. There's a table as well. We can have a little meal in the car if we want to. So that's all really convenient. Couple of complaints though during this long driving. I found that the road noise and wind noise is quite obvious actually, especially for the front passengers. Because of the van architecture, I think it's less refined, so you can hear quite a bit of road noise and wind noise because this vehicle is also quite tall. But it's not unbearable, and it only happens when you are going on higher speeds. One other thing is the vibration. Because of the less refined character of this vehicle, there is a bit more vibration you can feel through uneven roads. If the road's a bit bumpy and less perfect, it could feel the vibration through the chassis. Again, it's not unbearable. It's just the character of the car. So thank you for watching, and because we have planned quite a lot of trips with this vehicle as well, so I'll be doing a lot more content on this vehicle. I'll also show you different details and also the trips we go on and the sceneries we drive on. So yeah, it's going to be great. So please stay tuned and subscribe if you could to help us grow, and hope to see you next time. Bye!